synesthesia,
complexity, and
peoples all over the
free
world,
of aesthetics,
and how that resonates for other people is, some other
intuition.
mystery in the universe.
Feel it, experience it.
Female is a possibility that, one can, one, has its own particular cultural history and physiological experience with, and, maybe getting older, I'm in a certain way, not less identified with being female, because I have enjoyed being, sort of fitting into that category. It's not, I think now one wants out of this sort of binary categories. And, for me, I always thought like it's nice if a female can stand in for a human being. But, also getting older, I feel more gender neutral or something in a certain way, or I'm less preoccupied. Like now new things happen to your body, which some of them have to do with being female and a lot don't have much to do. They're just the accumulation of like one's bad lifestyle. And then there are all these things that when you're young as a female, no one ever tells you about. And then I thought like, it's probably really good you don't know. And, but I would like to be the wind. I would like just to turn into the wind eventually. It's a human rights issue, so it's, it's something that is dynamic and changing all the time, and where the borders of it is constantly being pushed around and changed just because it can't mean the same thing everywhere. People don't have the same needs everywhere, but certainly it's like many other human rights issues that people in the last century and in this century are trying to address. Life is really interesting, but anatomy is always a very interesting lens to look at one's life through. Like fiscal responsibility, like knowing anatomy is something that one should be taught in school in a much more overt way. And I like poets. I like poets a lot. They're a revolutionary force of consciousness. Interesting is something like a flittering, like a bug in a light or something, like that's something that one can get caught in all the time. Because everything is endlessly fascinating, but also one can just get sometimes to be not interesting and not interested is very useful also for one's psyche. Nature is everything. It's everything. Culture comes and goes. Healing is something one needs to do individually, and we need to do collectively, because we are all so fractured, and fractured as individuals and fractured as whole societies, and the whole world acts in an incredibly fractured manner, where we perceive ourselves as being fractured and we act fractured. So healing is maybe either annihilation, or healing is the other alternative to annihilation. I think the world is going increasingly towards physical experiences. I think the physical world is impacting people's lives very aggressively, and will more and more so, with climate change and the forced movement of people because of climate and because of war and the insanity of politics and things, and economic changes, that people's physical world will become much more evident to them than, if they don't feel that already, they will feel it in the future. I want to make sculptures of ferns, of plants. I'll make them in bronze, because I don't have to worry about bronze.